What are you feeling? What are you thinking? These are a couple of questions I ask my athletes all the time. Coach and I here, Mind Over Sport. Thanks for taking a minute with me today. Just wanted to talk about emotional intelligence, or EI. We, as high achievers or elite athletes, we sometimes forget about coming back down and evaluating and looking at ourselves from the emotional standpoint, but as well as the internal feelings that we have on a day-to-day basis. We get so caught up in our training and thinking ahead of what our competition is going to be like that we forget about ourselves. In through our careers in the health industry, as an athlete and as a coach, a peak performance coach, I try to speak to my athletes and find out what their emotional health is like. We don't allow the mental space as an athlete to process our feelings and apply any emotional intelligence that could help us guide us through any maybe anxiety or frustration or disappointment or just feeling overwhelmed with our schedule of training and maybe school to go along with it. Part of the reason we struggle to recognize and understand these feelings is that that we identify the ability to suppress and maximize or minimize our feelings with our strength. So what I'm saying here is that we're an athlete. We're strong physically and supposedly mentally. So if we have these emotions or feelings, we just overcome them and put our head down, persevere, push through, and just do it. But doing so, we forget that we are human. And that's just what we call surface acting, covering up, if you want to call it that. And when we do this, this can cause even more damage to ourselves emotionally. It leads to burnout if you're surface acting, covering things up. We also emotional burnout, and I think that's where the Olympic athlete from the U.S., the gymnast that pulled out, has that bit of a feeling going on right now too. I don't know anything about it, so I can't really question it or make a comment, but that's my thought. Whether we are aware of it or not, we go through hundreds and hundreds of emotions per day, and these emotional experience drives us up or drives us down, impacting our behavior and also impacting our choices that we make through the day. That's why it's important for elite athletes, to understand, to be able to go through that day and understand how they're feeling, what they're feeling, and know what they're going through or their story for that day. Then they can adjust. You really are in the driver's seat at that point, and that's where we want the athletes to be. High performance coaching or peak performance coaching, we use, as I said, the AI, the emotional intelligence, to help identify for the athlete their emotions and let them be more aware of what triggers these emotions. What is the starting point, or is the starting point of being self-aware? We dial in and make sure that the athletes understand this process. We ask questions. Why do I feel this way about that? What are the thoughts that are coming through when these emotions arise? And these questions help draw some answers out of the athlete so they can understand and notice when these emotions occur, they can react to them and react to them in a positive way. Emotional intelligence is key to any growth, athlete, to any of us, because it provides a deeper sense of personal freedom that comes from navigating through life, and then you have better control over your own choices. I wanted to share that with you today because what has come out of the Olympics with the gymnast as well, but also with the year and a half that we've gone through with COVID and still going through, and our athletes are starting to get back onto the field or into the playing arena, and they're starting to be happy and so forth, but they went through a lot of emotions lately. And this technique or this teaching that we worked with the athletes over the past 18 months has helped them, most of them, get through their lack of playing, but also understand their emotions. And that's pretty important to do. If you want some more information about emotional intelligence and controlling your emotions and understanding them, please feel free to reach out to the coach here at Coach Nye at mindoversport.com, or check our website out at www.mindoversport.ca. And please remember to push the like button down below for the video, share it with others, and I hope this little tip of emotional intelligence and understanding your emotions and thought process can help you out in your own life. Again, remember, be determined out there and be the change that you need to be. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk soon.